we are going to get the mixture of these three. Take care about this reaction. Here is the NH2 and NO2 joined to this carbon. Here NO2. We are going to get one more product here, NH2 and NO2 joined to the meta carbon also. It is not meta directing, still we are going to get meta product. Here is NH2 and here is NO2 joined to the para carbon. The percentage of these three compound, this is 51%, 51%, and this is unexpected 47%, and this is near about 2%. 2% of this, 2%. 2 to 3% of this is obtained. 58 plus 2, as it is correct, 2%. Sometimes the question is, aniline is ortho-para directing. Still, during a controlled nitration, we get sufficient amount of meta-nitroaniline. Meta-isomer is also obtained, which cannot be ignored. What is the reason behind this? Its reason, this is one of the important points, take care about this. Its reason is, do you know what is the reason behind this? Many of you can answer. What is the reason why we are going to get meta product also in addition to ortho and para? Yes, beta. Anyone can tell why the meta isomer is also obtained? Varsha, Aman. It is this simple. Simply you have to take care. What is the reason behind this? Yes, beta. Resonance. Yes, because of the resonance. Okay, beta. Any other idea? Actually, amino group is basic in nature. When it is going in contact with due to formation of anilinium ion. Yes, Pragya. Yes, beta. This is correct one. This amino group is basic in nature. It is protonated by the protons provided by the acid. This aniline gets protonated. After protonation, that is NH3 here, NH3 positive form, during the reaction, protonation of the aniline also takes place. So this protonated aniline, it loses its electron donating ability to the ring, and it is trying to withdraw electron from the ring. And those groups who are withdrawing group, electron withdrawing from the ring, they are meta directing. That's why once the reaction started, those who are unprotonated, they are going to change into these two products, ortho and para. And those who are protonated, some of the aniline, here about 47% of the aniline gets protonated, and that protonated aniline is going to convert into meta isomer. This is due to the protonation of aniline during the nitration process. We are also going to get meta isomer. So please note down this point. Here the reason behind this is due to the protonation of aniline. We get this meta isomer. This is the reason. Okay. So this is the one possibility. Another one, when aniline is going to acylate, first acylation plus acid anhydride. Without acylation, we can start directly from that compound, CH3CO whole twice O, acetic anhydride in presence of acetic acid, CH3COOH, going to acylate, and here it is NHCO, CH3. Then it is going to combine with HNO3 concentrate, and H2SO4 is also concentrate, and we are going to get two products at this condition. And these two products are, here is NHCO, CH3, here is NO2 joined to this carbon, plus here NHCO, CH3, and NO2 joined to the para carbon, NO2 here. After that, we have to remove this acyl group. Therefore, it is allowed to combine with acid or base. It combines with H positive or OH minus, acid or base. Then we are going to get the final product, 2-nitroaniline. Here is NH2 NO2 plus 4-nitroaniline. Here is NH2 and NO2. Byproduct is acetic acid is coming out. In this way, aniline can be converted into 2-nitroaniline or 4-nitroaniline. This 4-nitro is more symmetrical. It is major product. It is the main product in this process. So here, take care, two ways to complete the reaction. One without acylation, another after acylation. We are going to get the different products. Role of acylation, once again, it is going to deactivate amino group. Therefore, its ability to donate lone pair of electrons to the ring is controlled. It's checked. That's why we are going to get a mono-substituted product. Okay, beta? So these two conditions we have to take care. And one point here, why the meta isomer is also there? That is because of the protonation of aniline. One more here, sulfonation. Sulfonation, third one. It is also one of the useful reaction. Aniline is going to combine with sulfuric acid plus H2SO4. It is going to form, the product is anilinium hydrogen sulfate. A salt is formed. Here is NH3 positive, HSO4 negative. Anilinium hydrogen sulfate. It is a salt. This salt on heating, that is called baking, also controlled heat for a longer time. Removal of water takes place and the temperature is, here the temperature is 453 to 473 Kelvin. 453 to 473 Kelvin. And H2O comes out after the loss of water. Sometimes it is also called baking. Heating of the compound for a longer time. Controlled heating for a longer time. So we are going to get this product here, NH2, and here is SO3, NH2SO3, HSO3, NH2HSO3. This is going to change a unique compound, and this here exchange takes place, this shifting takes place, shifting of hydrogen from here to here, and this is going to form a unique product. Here is NH2, NH3, now it becomes NH3 positive, and here is SO3 negative. This ion is especially labeled as deuterion. Deuterion. In exams, they are also asking about the short note. Short notes on deuterion. What do you mean by deuterion? Or write short notes on deuterion. What is the difference in this? Sodium chloride is also ionic compound, providing ions. And some compounds, they are not going to ionize, having positive and negative terminals, but they are not treated as deuterions. Here, in this compound, here positive and negative terminals are separated by a benzene ring, separated by a carbon or carbon chain. That ion is called deuterion. Deuterion is a dipolar ion where positive and negative poles are separated through carbon atoms or through benzene ring. That is treated as deuterion. It is a dipolar ion in which positive and negative poles are separated through the carbon atoms or benzene ring. That is the definition of the deuterion. This is the example of deuterion. Once again, this deuterion will come in front of you. In biomolecules, amino acids, alpha amino acids, they also exist as deuterion. That example can also be given. The two deuterions are possible here in your syllabus. One deuterion here, this is the deuterion, and another in alpha amino acids. Alpha amino acids also exist as deuterion. Okay, beta? So this is one of the important point. Deuterion, they are asking notes to write about deuterion. Dipolar ion where positive and negative poles are separated through carbon atoms or benzene ring. That is the deuterium. Okay. So this is the sulfonation. This sulfonated product is used in medicines, sulfa medicines, sulfa drugs. Nowadays, sulfa drugs are out of date. They are having so lots of side effects, but that's why they are not in use nowadays. So these are the properties of aniline, and it's a distinction test, how to distinguish primary, secondary, tertiary amines, aniline. This distinction test is also there. One is Hinsberg test, we have discussed earlier. Carbyl amine test, that is also one of the tests which can distinguish primary amine and secondary amine. Hinsberg test can be used to distinguish primary, secondary and tertiary amines. Carbyl amine test is one of the important tests to distinguish the primary amines from the others, secondary and tertiary. That is given by the primary amines only, whether it is aliphatic or aromatic. In both the cases, it can be applied. And 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree amines can be distinguished by Hinsberg test. So these two tests are very useful. One compound I am going to take again here, we have discussed earlier, that is the diazonium salt. Directly, it is not in your syllabus, but indirectly, how to prepare chlorobenzene, bromobenzene, even benzene from aniline, then we need this diazonium salt. Diazonium salt. Benzene diazonium chloride, especially that compound BDC. We have to discuss about BDC. How to prepare benzene diazonium chloride? Starting from aniline, this is the preparation. Preparation of BDC. Aniline is allowed to combine with the nitrous acid. Nitrous acid is HONO, unstable oxoacid of nitrogen. Only one oxoacid is stable, that is an HNO3 of nitrogen. Only HNO3 is stable, rest are not. It is prepared during the reaction, and the source is nitrite, NaNO2, KNO2 and HCl concentrate at low temperature. Temperature is 273 to 278 Kelvin. If temperature is not low, then we get some different products. That's why low temperature is needed. We get some nitro derivative of this compound. That's why its low temperature is needed. At high temperature, it forms some other compounds. Ring substitution takes place. That's why it needs low temperature. And here the product is N2 positive, Cl negative. N2 positive plus Cl negative plus NaCl plus H2O. This is the benzene diazonium chloride, BDC. Okay, beta? This is the preparation. Its properties, various properties are there. That property is useful. This process is called the diazotization. Diazotization is the name of this process. We are getting diazonium salt, that's why it is called diazotization process. Properties. These all reactions we have discussed in detail, nothing new. Once again, at one place, here is the benzene diazonium chloride. In this way, we are going to write the various reactions. In this way, we have discussed earlier also. Some more reactions we are going to add. The one reaction is, it is going to combine with H2O. H2O and warm, heat. When BDC is heated along with water, it is going to form phenol. We get phenol. Here is OH and NH2 plus HCl. Conversion. How to convert aniline into phenol? Then this is the reaction. We have to convert aniline into diazonium salt and diazonium salt into phenol. This is the conversion. For conversion point of view, these reactions are important. Name reactions are also here. When it is combining with H3PO2, H3PO2 and H2O, H2O, copper first salt, Cu first salt, then we are going to get benzene. Benzene plus nitrogen N2 plus H3PO3 plus HCl. Aniline into benzene, then we have to proceed in this way. Aniline into BDC, then it is treated with H3PO2 oxoacid of phosphorus and H2O copper 1 salt, first salt, and we are going to get benzene. This is the conversion. When it is allowed to combine with, for chlorobenzene, bromobenzene, it is allowed to combine with C2H5OH also, alcohol, to get benzene plus N2 plus CH3 CHO plus HCl. This byproduct not so important. This is another way to convert aniline into benzene. Okay, beta? Another reaction, it is combining with copper first chloride, Cu2Cl2, HCl. We are going to get chlorobenzene, well-known reaction to you, plus nitrogen plus HCl. It is also going to combine with Cu2Br2 and HCl. It is going to form, here is bromobenzene plus nitrogen. And this reaction is called Sandmeyer's reaction. This is called Sandmeyer's reaction. This is a name reaction, important name reaction. Sandmeyer's reaction. Sandmeyer's reaction, Gatermann reaction, and one more reaction is there. So these are some reactions. Now some more are there. This is allowed to combine with Ki, a copper and HCl. It is allowed to combine with copper and HCl, and it forms chlorobenzene plus N2. When it is combining with copper and HBr, well-known reaction, it is discussed in Organic 1, bromobenzene plus N2. This is known as Gatermann reaction. Gatermann reaction. Okay, in this exam, it was asked the Gatermann reaction. Okay, beta? This is another reaction. When it is going to combine with Ki, potassium iodide, Ki and heat, then it is going to form iodobenzene, chlorobenzene, bromobenzene, iodobenzene, and fluorobenzene. Can also prepared from diazonium salt. This is the iodobenzene plus nitrogen. Okay, beta? These many reactions, but not difficult. You are having the idea how to remember these reactions. When it is combining with HBF4, hydrofluoroboric acid, HBF4, it is going to form a compound that is N2 positive, BF4 negative. This compound on heating going to change into fluorobenzene. Here is F, and here is boron trifluoride plus N2. This is the conversion of aniline into fluorobenzene. It is also a very good important name reaction, you are knowing well. And another important reaction is Balch-Schiemann reaction is so beta is well known to you. It is Balch-Schiemann reaction. This is called Schiemann reaction. So these are the three name reaction: Getterman reactions and Mayer's reaction, Balch-Schiemann reaction, and finally coupling reaction. That is also important. Coupling reaction. Coupling reaction, two different products we are going to get. Coupling reaction. They are asking short note also on this reaction. Coupling reactions, two examples are possible. The one is when BDC is going to combine with phenol, here is OH, phenol. It is better if you write in this way, not in this. Then joining is easier. Here is benzene diazonium chloride, N bond Cl, and and here is a plus phenol, OH is outside. Phenol is acidic compound. Phenol is acidic in nature. That's why presence of base is needed. In presence of base, and this Cl from here, H from here comes out in the form of HCl. To neutralize this HCl, base is required. And here it is acidic in nature, that's why base is required. We are going to get a coupling product. Here is azodie. This is the azo group, and here is hydroxy. OH attached to the fourth carbon, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4-hydroxy azobenzene. It is the azodie. Azodie. 4-hydroxy azobenzene. A coloring material is obtained after this coupling reaction. This coupling is also possible with aniline. There is another example. Here is N bond Cl plus aniline is combining in this way. Here is aniline, NH2, in presence of weakly acidic medium, acid. Aniline is basic in nature, that's why acid is needed. Weakly acid is required. Cl and H comes out in the form of HCl, and finally we get the coupled product. Here is azodie again, but the colors are different. These two dyes having different color. Here is OH. One is yellow and another is orange. Azodie. This is the coupling reaction. Okay, beta? So this is the organic portion. This lesson is also over. I have taken this is some extra. It is revised. You have studied these reactions earlier also, and this organic chemistry is completed. Okay, beta? Next day you are coming to the exam, to the school, and we will try to start practicals, and their quantitative analysis, that is titration part, will start first. Titration. So go through the titration experiment, titration between KMnO4 and ferrous ammonium sulfate, and there is between KMnO4 and oxalic acid. Redox titration is in our syllabus. That written part you have completed earlier, and next day, that is from Monday onwards, you are going to practice in the lab. So thank you, beta. Thank you all. Thank you very much. Keep revising organic chemistry. Revision is very important. That is a part of organic chemistry. So revise.